The FDA says yes. One more small hurdle and vaccinations for young children could begin next week. Plus, caught on camera, a Bear Fire survivor working to rebuild his home finds himself the victim of a very costly theft. And President Biden began a 5-day diplomatic trip to Europe by meeting with Pope Francis and working to smooth things over with the President of France.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Parents are now one step closer to having their younger children vaccinated. Today, the FDA granted emergency use authorization of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Now, these doses are just 1/3 of the amount given to teens and adults. There's one more regulatory hurdle. The CDC will now consider final approval on Tuesday. Now, we spoke to local parents today about what this step means for their families.
Kids should, because we have to trust our scientists, we have to trust our doctors, people who've been studying this for years, not just go by hearsay or gut reaction, but more by trusting the science.
I don't think it should be a mandate, and I think that every parent should have a choice whether their kids get vaccinated or not.
In the meantime, Pfizer plans to begin shipping millions of vials of the pediatric vaccine to doctors' offices, pharmacies, and other vaccination sites. Kids will get 2 shots 3 weeks apart, but local county public health departments tell Action News Now they will wait for the state of California to give the final green light before shots are available locally. Today, PG&E entered a motion to challenge some of the criminal charges launched against them by the Shasta County DA. The charges stem from the utility's role in starting the deadly Zog fire. That includes 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. The Shasta County DA anticipates this will be a long case.
We are advocates for victims, and in this case we have 4 people who tragically lost their lives, many people who lost their homes, and we feel strongly that PG&E is responsible for that.
It accepts CAL FIRE's finding that a tree falling into their equipment started the fire, but they do not believe there was any criminal activity. Now, the utility will file a motion next month challenging the legal basis of certain charges in the DA's complaint. They'll be back in court in April. Well, after heavy rain last week, the city of Redding has started burn season 4 days early. People living in Redding can now apply for 2 different types of permits. The so-called dooryard permit is for vegetation piles no larger than 4 feet by 4 feet. The fire mitigation permit is for larger burns. With hundreds of people expected to apply for permits, the Redding Fire Department is urging everyone to burn cautiously.
We recently had a quarter-acre vegetation fire that burned within the city limits, and that was after these rains. So things can burn, so please ensure safety and controlled use when you're using these burning operations.
People can only burn after calling Shasta County Air Quality Management District to find out if it's a burn day. The Redding Fire Department says anyone who lets a fire get out of control or out of hand could face civil or even criminal charges. So they urge people to always have a water source on hand for these burns and only burn what you can handle. You can find all burn permits and safety information on our website. We've placed a link there for you at actionnewsnow.com/links.